Good evening, my friends, and welcome back to episode 2 of Neyyah. Last time out, unfortunately, Mason met an untimely end by flying his Jalood into a portal that then exploded. We have picked up the handheld transporter, as well as a set of instructions. We're making our way to a secret laboratory in the Paita factory, and we're going to see what instructions await us there. In we go. Oh, I see. Yes, right. If you... Oh, or maybe I don't see. Yes, okay, I do see. This is where we entered the room from originally. We saw Aaron here, and we chased him this way. And that's where it sort of all went down. Okay. Is there anything around the back and the sides here? It doesn't look like it. Look at these, though, like... Okay, we've got a keyhole there. That does not open. In our inventory... Maybe we're just supposed to use the Pelska portal. But... Oh, no, wait. I'm wildly either over or under thinking this, because no, we did read this last time, right? There is a, the instructions are basically, go back to where you came from, and then there is some other stuff, and the key that we're going to pick up is presumably the key for that thing. Okay, so we're heading back the way we came? Question mark? Well, no, we are heading back the way we came. I don't know if there's going to be anything else to look at on the way, because we haven't really done or unlocked anything as such. Okay, so we've read all of that stuff. So I think at least for now we can work back through this way. These sconces, I think, are absolutely crazy. Like, who would design a sconce that looks like that? What? Okay, so there was a drain there. So does the portal just turn on? Yeah, okay. Cool. So we can indeed just walk back. Fine. See, there's another portal over there, which we can't get to. Now, we saw earlier that there was a thing that we could totally put a Paita into. Right? It's blue 2 circle triangle. So if I go for no, and it's not J for Jalood either. What is it? P for Paita? Is it P for Paita? No, it's not. So it's a vertical line, second box, triangle. It's this guy here, right? So for better or for worse, that turns this on. And that has given us salt. Now, someone talked about the salt trick. Do you have to do it from here? Yes. Right. The salt trick. So, Paita Factory Zone. Oh, we're doing 0.1234. Okay. So we are in the heater servers, right? Cross the heater servers, make your way to the Balulba pools. Right, that involves going through the door that we saw over here. Do you know what I see, though? That looks like that's turned on. There's a blue light coming off the bottom of it. Was this always doing that? Like, we don't have a crystal to put in it. Okay. So, up here. Open. Yes. Oh, look, this light is on now and it wasn't on before. So wait, so what have we turned on to turn this on? And does this mean that the other... Oh, is it the Paita? Is it the Paita has also turned this on? Because look, this pipe is going all the way back. Ah, right, okay. I think what we put in over here is actually... is powering a whole bunch of different stuff. It's powering lots of different stuff. Okay. Fine. Oops. Keep kind of making several wrong turns in a row. So do you reckon this portal up here is active now? Is this portal now working? No. Wait a minute. Was that blue before? This portal must be one of the ones that the journal referenced as being like, no, you will need to go to the secret lab first, and then once you've powered up something, other portals around will activate. Shall we do right-hand path first? Nothing on the back of the door. That's good. These things, man. I really don't like them. Ooh. Hang on, wait. No, those aren't. Right. Stairs. No, that turns me all the way around. But that's an opening. Man, some of this architecture looks well rickety, doesn't it? I'm not sure I fully intended to do that. Right, it's an elevator. Oh, do you know what? No, yeah, I thought that was incorrect. This should be 180. The arrow should be indicating 180 here, not 90. Okay, for a moment there I thought that there were two of these opposite each other and that there were two doors. Do you know what I mean? Okay, what do we got here? Okay, well that doesn't look like anything to me, but I'll take a screenshot of it. We've got a thing here. So, that sort of helps us a little bit in deciphering the numbering system, right? Because look, we have these shafts here. Oh no, it's kind of the opposite way round though, isn't it? Ah, so maybe these are letters and these are numbers. Okay. Okay, we shan't worry about that too much right now. Huh. Well, we've emptied whatever was in here. But what I'm sort of getting from this gauge is that what's in here is empty. And look, this looks like a little spout, right? Looks like this is empty, this had something in it, and now it doesn't have anything in it. So maybe it's intended... Can I look up? No. There's not much of it, to be fair, given that it is empty. Okay, let's take the button and we'll go back up. Take a screenshot of that. So that's the button we touched. There's a second lever there. Oh, we know that. That was what was on the door that we have opened. Right? So we know that symbol. So, one set of pipes leads off down there. I don't know. We will see. We will see. I really like the animations, you know. A lot of care has been put into those. Right, we've got more steps on the ascent here. Ah. Hello. Maybe we need the lever towards the door. Well, I mean, it's quick enough to check, right? So if I push this over that way, that's now pointing towards the one that is, I suppose, associated with that door. So let's zip up here. Right. Okay. So I don't know how the other door opens then. New map update. Falitsu Island, Kafunki Zone, the Sleeping Tower area. Well, I don't want to be a real killjoy about this, but I don't want to leave this area just yet, because there's a whole nother path that we didn't look down. So let's have a wander down here. So there was this path here. Ooh! Froggo! Souffle will be happy. Frog confirmed. There's something up there in the distance. Right, okay, so this indeed does loop round, right? So we've got this loops round here. Oh, this is the Bulbasaur pools. Oh. Right, okay. Oh, hello. Oh, we saw you before. No, get away from me. Yeah, something with that many spikes, particularly that many spikes on its tail, is not something you want approaching you, frankly. Yes. I've been accused of many things in my time, but being good with animals is not one of them. Certainly not. Yeah. So I never kept pets as a child, right? My parents never let us have any pets. And it's something that I've kind of extended into my adult life as well. Like, so both of my parents worked full-time. And of course I wanted a pet when I was younger, right? But they felt very strongly that it was unfair on pets to have pets if you work full-time. If all of you are working full-time. Which I certainly do see the logic of that. Nowadays, now that it's a lot more common to be working from home and stuff, it's maybe, like less of a concern. But I do think that maybe there was a little bit of an excuse in that as well, rather than it being the sole, legitimate, only reason, right? But to be honest, now that I'm an adult, because I've never had a pet growing up, it's one of those things you kind of don't really feel like you've missed out on, in a way. Feels like it's a lot of responsibility, let's put it that way, says the guy with 2 kids. Okay! Huh. So what is this then? Oh. Hello. So this is a different exit, right? Because that would be the door we came out of? Okay. I'm down with it. Cliff entrance. And this is the lower entrance, I suppose. Well, okay, hang on. Journal. Which entrance are we supposed to be using? Ah, we're supposed to be using the lower entrance. Enter the cliff tunnel and reach the sleeping tower area. Follow the path up to the Banoxy craft and ride to the dome zone. And then pass through the Falitsu Dome to the far side and enter the Banoxy Eye portal into the Paeta factory zone. Okay. Well, before we go that direction, is there anything to be checked out over here? Yes. Oh, hello. Is that like directly a Riven reference? Would you say? Wait, we've seen that symbol in our notes. It says the Pelska portal can only be used at certain areas of Neyyah. These are active points. Their locations can be found in my journal, but it must be powered. Only then does it work correctly. So I'm pretty sure if we hit up our inventory, yeah, it's not actually going to do anything. Fine. What is that? That's weird. Is it still there? It is still there. That's so odd. Like, that must be a localization issue. Because, like, I speak enough Chinese to know that that is Chinese, right? That's not anything else. Okay. Up we go. So, one of these portals is where we're going. I think it's just this one, right? Yeah. I think it's this portal here. Oh, we just sit in the dragon egg. Nope. Nope. Yep. If it has a rail, it's a tiny train, right? Off we go! And we hope that that's going to open in time for our arrival. Oh, whoops, okay, I thought we were going in... Turns out it's a firmament-style bait-and-switch. The portals aren't really portals. You just close your eyes and it cable cars you to where you need to go. I tell you what though, this would be a bit scary. But also though, as this is clearly like some kind of industrial complex with workers sort of coming and going, single occupancy transportation back and forth to places is incredibly inefficient. Okay, we might have arrived. So we didn't explore new map update. This is the Dome Zone. Okay. Now we didn't explore very much of the last location, but I'm kind of working on the basis that we hit up the secret lab first, and then we'll have sort of access to a lot of other stuff anyway. Like, there doesn't really seem to be very much else to do except to follow this linear path for now. Like, we can sort of make mental notes of things we see, but we could also just make note of things where we haven't been, you know? Okay, we don't have a key for that, and that also requires a key. Looking at that. This is all a little bit overgrown, isn't it? It kind of makes me wonder... Well, I don't know, no, because Vamir and Mason are still hanging around. So it's not like this place is abandoned, but it is like... It is like quite abandoned. In that it's obviously not being like actively used right now. Okay, so now we're at the Paita Factory Zone. I wonder how many different zones we're going to have here. Like, I can see like a lot of these different islands off in the distance. So, clearly there's a strong emphasis that this is all the same place. It's like an archipelago of islands that you're teleporting between. Okay, no walks along the beach this time. We're going up the path. That's weird. We kind of snapped that way. No, unless we can get along the beach from up here, but no, we can't. Ugh. Handy. Did the journal have any kind of explanation about what to do once we're here? So the finish point is the Paita factory. Okay, cart systems won't operate yet. The lab here in the mines, the Paita factory remains very cut off from the other islands. With the collapse of the portal, it's unlikely Smollux's men will return here anytime soon. They find this place disorientating. The lower level will lead me through the pier and down an elevator to the old storage bunker. This will be my new secret office. A place to keep my spare key for the numerous lock systems I've set up and all other important research documents. Okay. Now that's interesting because I could have walked past that door previously. Yeah, because when that's not open, this path is available to you. So yeah, let's explore outside first, right? Aha. So we need a bridge extended here. Do you reckon it's from that one over there? Could be. Okay, so there's nothing to do here right now. We can come out of this one and go out of that door. And there'll probably be something to do. So let's crack this door open again. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. We've got that. More levels and another symbol. Oh, hang on a minute. There's doors to the middle of this thing. With symbols on these as well. Huh. We did see a thing about needing a mask, didn't we? But it doesn't look like we can take that just yet. We can take that mask, though. Okay. Because that one's not connected. Close that door behind us. Yeah, now these... Where's that gauge I took a picture of earlier? You got a hook this way, and then you've got like a K with a wiggle here, and then you've kind of got... I don't know... Yeah... That's got 5 points on it, and that one's got 4 points on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so the smoother one is like number 1. So is this like a 1, a 2, and a 3? I mean, in which case we can definitely go out of that one first. Check this out though. We have a ladder and we have a thing. Oh, do you know what? They were talking about the ladder being really dilapidated. And I don't think I'm supposed to have hit that yet. Okay. Let's check you out. Now, we can't go wrong twizzling something like that, right? Well, I guess we can. All that does is it just opens the door. We see something we pulled up. Oh, that's just the internal door. Right, there's an external door, internal door kind of thing going on. Ah, okay. Right, cool. We can use that to teleport later. Yep, use our upper body strength to get through that hole. Right, that's the portal that collapsed. He said with the collapse of the so-and-so portal, Smolox's men are not going to be coming back anytime soon. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. Yeah, nice. Okay, and we don't have one there. Okay. Ah, whoops. I thought I was at the bottom. Okay, hop down. And then over this way we go. Crack the door open there. Now, wait, does this need to be done third, though? Does this need to be done third? Hang on. This is probably the point where we want to double check our notes, right? So, disconnecting the mechanism of the original crane once used to carry the pieters up into the central tank was no easy task. Old pieter caskets still linger. Tested the ladder which leads up to the security access console. Yeah, okay. Let's go down first, right? And we'll just see what we find. Ah, right. So we have a tablet that we can fiddle with here. Yeah, okay. Let's do it. Aha. Okay, yeah, well we know this one, right? So this is going to be ladder, that one's like cart, this one is the levels, and there we go. Door unlocked. Now, interestingly enough, there's also a ladder which goes down from here. Let's not worry about the ladder for now. We'll remember the ladder, though. Okay, so this is an elevator. An elevator down, in fact. Brilliant, we're here. This is it. Like, that's a linking book if I ever saw one. Okay. What is that? Very unclear what that is, to be honest. Okay, we'll worry about all of that stuff in a minute. First of all, though, we've got ourselves a Flora and Fauna of Neyyah information book. Oh my word. Oh my word. 16 flowers. And 5 animals. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. Here we have Vermeer's journal. And this is going to be... a bit of reading. A bit of reading. It's all explained in the journal, of course. We have then some letters. This is... What's that episode of Friends where one of them writes another one a letter? Is it Rachel writes Ross a letter? So that's 11 pages, but we're not picking that up. We're not picking that up. Okay. And then let's check over here. We've got a small furnace. We've got Vamir's notes. The Miheli portal pump. If my means of travelling to the Velatron temple from the Miheli portal were severed, I'm not sure how easy it would be to get back there, and if Smolok's discovered what lay behind the temple's high walls and blue glowing mass of gigantic Pelorian flowers, the Velatron machine must remain hidden. I have devised a new hoister for keeping the detachable pump pipeline stable while the Miheli portal tank is either being drained or filled. Unfortunately, any further developments have come to a grinding halt, but I'm sure both myself and Ertner will successfully strengthen what is already a powerful lifeline to the heart of Fezalta. Okay, let's take a quick screenshot of that one then and add that to the notebook. Whoops, no, that's my blueprints notes. Ignore that. It's because I was playing some blueprints earlier. That's Rhem. Oh man, where are we? We're up here. Okay. Now, we must have known the salt trick, presumably, to be able to get back here at all. Salt dispensing unit, manufactured by Tarana Mechanics. Salt cauldron, pipe from the water tank, pipe to the salt dispenser, pipe to cabinet hose. Notes, salt that is stored for a week tends to work best for uncovering my latest Gafunky ink formula. Not long until all my research can be hidden. I believe this will be required much sooner rather than later. Well, we kind of already know that one, right? That's sort of interesting, because don't we need to have solved that already to have got here? I don't know. Creepers at the Felitsu Dome. For a couple of years now, the creepers which have already infested other pockets of Neyyah's landscape have become consuming the Felitsu Dome. Orion's powers exceed my own understanding of the ancient Felitsan ways. As a Pelska guardian, even with the Fezaltans banished, she will not think twice about putting to use any resources she has at her disposal to protect what is left of Neyyah. I won't be able to stop her, and if I was in her position, I'd rightfully do the same thing as my duty to protect my land, my Faladian. As much as I try to preserve the beauty of their world, lost to the shadows that are the result of corruption instigated by the blind foolishness of my own people, Smolax's carelessness continues to fester upon my greater ambitions, just like his new contraptions eat away at Neyyah. He is relentless, delusional, but how are my people to understand the true extent of mayhem that has befallen them? Will they ever see past the lies that have plagued them for far too long? I hope one day they will know. While I believe the current state of the dome's mechanics will remain sufficient enough to produce as many good usable Felitsu routes as possible, I am left fatigued and frustrated by Smolax's lack of concern and continuous acts of carelessness he has for what could be a beautiful rebirth in Fezaltian technology. a chance to merge the natural world of Neyyah with our own, just as it used to be before. Oh, why didn't he just listen? Time and time again I'd mentioned to him in person, do not use relidium metal in the dome structure. Did he dismiss my reports on how the creepers are starting to grow on other areas of Neyyah which also contain the relidium metal? But of course, Olajay prevails. The Banoxy prevails. They always do. I live in hope that maybe, just maybe, further work on the dome's construction will be underway before too long. While I understand Orion's need to protect Neyyah, especially after what befell this beautiful world all those years ago, I wish there could be a way to unite both Olajay and Fazalta together. So Olajay and Fazalta are different worlds? Like, the strong implication from the start of the game is that we are literally human, and we've been brought through some kind of trans-dimensional portal. So these are kind of like different ages, I suppose. It could be done if the capsule works, if my recent investigations on the Quilivian turn out to be true. Well, then perhaps there is hope. A new road ahead to pave a bright future for my people, and quite possibly for Zaltian survivors, putting the past, the destruction and loss which has thus plagued Fazalta for too long. The Kayenti building, which once stood where the dome is now, could even be rebuilt, and the once prospering community that made Fazalta shine could eventually shine again, brighter than ever. For now, I must be patient, and I hope Orion can do the same. Gafunky ink formula modifications. So far, so good. The Gafunky mushroom is proving itself worthy as a strong ingredient I need for the invisible ink, reacting well with the sea salt found here on Neyyah. Mixed with extract of wallet flower, I seem to be able to produce an invisible ink quite similar in strength to the ink I'd first laid eyes on in Mason's journal upon his arrival on Neyyah. While I sense an air of distrust and unease with Mason's cooperation in the matter, he does continue to aid me in my experiments. If only I knew more. If only I knew. Why did his journal have invisible ink in it too? Now I'm guessing, given that we've had a book, which outlines flora and fauna in the local environment, and we're being given a recipe book here, a recipe for this ink, I'm assuming we're going to need that recipe. I can only speculate, but by putting myself in his position, having come to a world I quite possibly knew had been savaged by greed, by rage, by betrayal, I would do the same as he would to keep what I knew safe, just as I am doing now. I believe that once we work closer together, there will be a stronger bond between us, a sense of trust and understanding, an understanding that this world is not yet lost. Here on Neyyah, it begins again. Vermeer here talks about the arrival of Mason. Of all of the names that we've had so far, Vermeer, Smolux, Orion, maybe not so much Orion, but like Fazalta, Quirilian, etc., Mason somewhat stands apart as being a literal Earth name of Earth origin, which kind of describes a job that people used to do in history, right? So is Mason also a human that has been brought to Neyyah? Maybe. Let's see. Here we are. In the name of Paoltish, if Mason had travelled to Neyyah from Quivilia, the possibilities. It's hard to tell for certain at this point, even after a year since Mason's arrival on Neyyah, although I am frustrated at Orion's rebellion strategies for how to take out Iridium metal, and in doing so possibly ruining one of the fundamental key components in bringing Fazolta and Ulajay together again. I am thankful that her actions have led to the banishment of Smollux's men. Whispers in their ears, chills down their spines, it was all recorded at the Ronalda Temple, although Smollux dismisses this and puts it down to unsafe work conditions. Even his priests know that Neyyah is a place not to be reckoned with, especially knowing only too well the truth of what really happened here all those years ago. The poison sucked up from those Neyashka spores will only get you so far, Smollux. It won't last forever. Right, so in the Neyashka spores, so this is a plant that, like, absorbs the poison. So the purpose of Neyyah is the Paita factory, presumably. I don't know. Taliva has suggested I give Mason more access to my office areas here on Neyyah. He's already worked so hard with assisting me so far, and has even reminded me on countless occasions of to close things after having opened them, which is a repetitive task for anyone who knows me. That's like a classic Riven reference. That is. Close things having opened them. Yeah, cool. That's... So many times with our son Niluka, Taleva has told me to just give him a chance, you'll see. I feel my wife is with me on Neyyah now more than ever, despite her more frequent visits of late, keeping me grounded while my mission at hand continues to crush down on me. It is true Mason has helped me a great deal, but I cannot afford to reveal the location of the old factory guard tower to him. To do so would put everything I've worked for and prepared for so far at risk. The work it took to teleport that place from Golafiak Mines. If Mason was captured and knew of the temple's location, Smollux would get it out of him, and all would be lost. If I am to ever rebuild the Fazaltian world, then the temple must remain hidden and unscathed by my people. They have chased Cheruz away all those years ago, but myself and the others, we don't have the Payoltish clan behind us, or the full velocity of Orion's powers at our fingertips. Nope, it's decided. I will keep the location of the old factory guard tower to myself. I'm not sure how much of that, if any of it, is clues. To be honest. Let's have a look at this notice board, shall we? This is old Fazaltian notes. The Leriti Ilapolite gun tower. Defense systems built to withstand the attack of Ilapolite hordes. Right, we can clear text on this one, which indicates that we're probably going to need to use these instructions at some point. But when we find such weapons, we will make reference to our notes. We've got the Felitsu Dome. Lovely. I love getting a good access to a good instruction manual nice and early. We've got here the sun vents. Okay. Oh, approved by Smollux. So we need sunlight for the Felitsu plant, set to rotate every 2 hours from 8 AM. Constructed with the same design as the main sun vent. 10x vents are set around the first middle layer of the dome, set for anti-clockwise rotation from 6 every 4 hours for a 45-minute cycle. Second middle layer are flap vents, and the bottom layer sun vents. Well, I'm sure we're going to end up at the Felitsu Dome at some point there, right? We've got the Paita version 2.0. And finally, wherever you may be, remember myself and Niluka will always be here waiting for you back on Ulajay. Love always, Taleva. So this is an artist's interpretation of Ulajay, presumably then, which appears to be some kind of floating rock. Because look, it's got dragons. It's got dragons and it's got like a point at the bottom of it, as if it's sort of floating in the air. So probably not on Neyyah then. It must be a different world, a different dimension or something. Right, let's go read this letter and then we'll go read the journals that we've picked up, but that's going to be next episode, of course. Okay, so that's the end of episode 2. If you enjoyed this episode and you're enjoying this series, do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, consider joining the Patreon where you can see a whole bunch of these episodes from this series live right now. For now though, I will see you tomorrow for another episode. Bye for now.